and it's Jessica Farrell who ices the play, giving CCH that important one-goal lead late in the game. Brennan pushed for the equalizer, creating a few tense moments around the Comets' net, but to no avail. Catholic Central would hang on, and the celebrating began. The hardware was collected, and the Comets' dream season in the WECSSA League was complete. A 1-0 victory over Brennan gave the school its first ever senior girls championship in any sport. And describe the goal that you scored at the 20-minute mark of the game.
I seen the pass coming in and I wasn't sure if it was going to go in or not. I kicked it and I just heard everybody start screaming. Okay, it went in.
It's a great feeling. I've coached in high school for a lot of long years and didn't ever win anything in it. And it's just great. I can't explain how happy I am for the girls.
Here's a little pregame festivities before our second matchup of the day, the senior boys soccer final. And that matchup pitted two surprises in this finals, the Holy Names Knights in the white trunks and the St. Joseph Lasers in the dark trunks. Scoring opportunity number 1 belonged to the Knights as Anthony Mascaro just misses the top corner on this shot. In a game that features a soccer ball, these two teams were playing much like it was a football matchup. After a scoreless first half, Holy Names controlled much of the play in the second 40 minutes. Lasers' John Nacarado had to be sharp in the early moments.
Good job, Jordan!
The ball squirts loose after this goalmouth scramble in front of the Lasers' net. It's the Knights' Anthony Mascaro who tees it up, but he sends it just over the net. Still no score. Late in the contest with overtime looming, Lasers' John Lopez decides to take matters in his own hands, but is nullified by Knights' Lorenzo DeSalvo. Holy Names get one last crack at a goal near the end of regulation time, but that tower of power they call John Nacarado is there once again. Lasers find themselves in familiar territory, overtime. In the extra session, not really much action to talk about. Both teams seemed content on going to the shootout. The only significant opportunity that was created in the extra session came from the Knights. Not really great, so we move on to penalty kicks.
Come on, Holy Names!
First up, Lasers' Yakov Moric. No problem. The Knights' Gus Muscatello makes good on his shot. Look at these guys. Who needs to be tense during a penalty kick situation? After a successful kick by Joey Varday, Anthony Mascaro of Holy Names goes wide, missing. Down 3-1, the Knights' Mark Spazzeri keeps it close. Lasers' David Matty goes top shelf. The Knights' Mike Popkovich must score to keep their hopes alive. If the Lasers' John Lopez scores, that means a city championship for St. Joe's. St. Joe's goes on to win like they have the last two previous games on penalty kicks, 1-0 over Holy Names. John Lopez was the hero.
Oh, I feel it was awesome, man. It was the best thing I ever felt. After quarterfinals, I missed that penalty shot to win it, and I just redeemed myself right now. It's a great feeling.
Oh, unbelievable. That's all really you can say about these kids. They believe in themselves. They have the talent to win, but they also believe in themselves, and they believe in the system we play. And they're overachievers and just a great bunch of kids to coach. and we've been underdogs for, no one's taken us seriously for the last 2 years. Now we've shown that if you don't take us seriously, we'll win the championship, and we did it.
I honestly feel that we carried the play most of the game, and St. Joe's played, like everyone was telling me, to go for an overtime and for a shootout. It seems like that's how they got here, and that's how they were going to play by it. And all I can say to St. Joe's is good luck. That's all I have to say.
As it hurts inside big time. This team, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable that we lost this game.
Bob Belichico reporting for the recap.
Some pretty exciting stuff going on in high school soccer, and it will continue this upcoming week in senior girls play. The Catholic Central Comets will play Wallaceburg in the SWOSSA semifinal game. And as for the senior boys champions, the St. Joseph Lasers, they have a date set up with the Chatham-Kent team. Both those games take place on Tuesday afternoon, and we'll have a full report for you next week right here on the recap. Actually, in playoff competition, the farther you go, the tougher it gets. But what could make it even more difficult is going into a game against a team you've never seen or played against before. The St. Joseph Lasers senior boys and the Catholic Central senior girls squads are both at that stage in their season as they advance to the SWOSSA semifinal. Bob Belichico has the details.
The Catholic Central Comets were flying high after claiming the WECSSA Senior Girls Championship last week. This week, the Comets set their sights high on advancing to the SWOSSA Finals. But in order to get to that step, they had to take care of business against the Wallaceburg Titans.
I think it's going to be a good game and everything. Like, we don't know how they play, but we're told that most of them are competitive, but we have, like, really good defense, and some of our forwards, like, really quick and everything, like Jessica and everybody. So I think we're going to do really well.
Catholic Central came out just a little bit flat in the early goings of this contest, and Titans made them pay for it. This is Carrie Byrne getting ahead on the ball past CCH netminder Anne-Marie Grubasek to open the scoring. This seemed to be the wake-up call that the Comets needed. They turned the tide, picking up their game a notch, and they dominated the rest of the first half in the hopes of deadlocking the contest. The Titans seemed a bit too relaxed with their one-goal lead as CCH continued to press for the equalizer. Fab Breslin here has a golden opportunity to tie it, but doesn't get enough of the ball. The Comets couldn't get the right bounce in their favor, and so the first half ended with the Titans up 1-0. In the second 40 minutes, Catholic Central tried hard to get back into the game, but couldn't finish off their play around the Wallaceburg net. Carrie Byrne, who had a pair of hat-tricks during the regular season, capped off this day with a 3-goal effort as the Titans went on to win 3-0 over Catholic Central, and they advanced to the SWOSSA Finals versus St. Anne's. Switching over to the senior boys SWOSSA semifinals, the matchup paired the WECSSA champs, the St. Joe's Lasers, versus the visiting Chatham-Kent. Now the Lasers advanced to SWOSSA by virtue of 3 consecutive shootout victories. Were they destined for a 4th? Stay tuned. Jaco Morish opened the scoring for the Lasers in the dying seconds of the first half, but 10 minutes into the second, Chatham-Kent's Jason Millette countered to tie the affair at 1. The Chatham squad was trying to avoid OT in a shootout with St. Joe's. The blue and yellow will get a chance to break the tie, but Lasers' John Nacarado is there to stop Jason Millette. With time running out in regulation, Lasers' Brent Bagoo decided to take matters in his own hands. Here's a great individual effort by Bagoo, who dances around the Chatham defense, but misses high. Bagoo leads another rush, this time sliding it past to Curtis Roach, who'll have nightmares about this one as he is stopped by Chatham's backstopper Brent Hyatt. Lasers' John Lopez has one last shot to end it in regulation, but misses. We move to overtime. There was a lot of midfield play in the first overtime, but the second presented more opportunities for both teams, like this one for Chatham-Kent, but watch these two. Oops, so much for that chance. In the dying moments of OT, Lasers' Joey Varday chips a floater towards the net, and from this angle it looks like it's in, but no goal. On the next play, Varday says, let's get it right this time, as he nets the winner with seconds left. Lasers go on to win 2-1. Joey Varday with the winner. Lasers move on to face St. Anne's in the SWOSSA Championship. Shootout looming in your mind at all?
Yeah, it was. I know time was running out, so I figured we had one last rush to score, so we took it.
Bob Belichico reporting for the recap.
Let me just recap those SWOSSA final games for you one more time. In the senior boys game, it'll be the St. Joseph Lasers battling against the St. Anne Saints. And in the senior girls game, it has a good matchup in Wallaceburg taking on...
Where was this, Tommy? Oh, I never saw this one, eh?
Ja sam zaboravila, ja sam vanju jednog povetu među startica. To je blagoslovljena Međugorje.
Lumpton, I think, has to have a big game right here. Cost's been fairly steady in this tournament, but Lumpton's been up and down, has had one good game, one bad game. If he can put it together tonight, I think Barry's probably...
Ja ne mogu zamisliti da bi se parkovala. Ja sam nervozna, mene stomak boli. Mislim šta više. Tebi je bliže.
Barry North has had a couple of easy games, relatively easy to get here, and once the play gets tight, if it's a close game, that could go into St. Joseph's favor. I think the same thing might happen that St. Joseph had a couple of close games against Timmins. Teams did not really have a close game until they met St. Joseph. I think the same thing might happen. Well, we don't know. I mean, it could happen here, but I really expect it to be a close game. And I think Barry's played a lot of close games, so they have a height advantage, and height does make up for a lot when it comes to that type of thing.
St. Joseph, they've got a really good point guard in John Lopez. Now we're going to go down to the player introductions with Mark Delich.
Ono je uvijek, baš i se sjećam vam negdje priče, ja sam poznao mnogih ljudi za Božić na ovdje.